Let's talk some home makeover, shall we? Now, Faith Olajumoke Megwara is a creative lead at 10 Applause Interiors. She is back to talk a little bit about a topic a lot of people would love, which is decorating planning on a budget, essentially. Whether it's a small house or a big house, sometimes it can basically run out of your hands when you don't properly plan. Thank you so much, Faith, for joining us today. All right, so on a budget. I've just moved to a new house. I'm a bachelor. It's a small 2-bedroom. Okay. Where do I start?
Okay. People actually think that decorating has to do with a wholesome amount of money, like you need big amount. Most times, we need to understand that decorating is a process. You might probably not get that immediately. So you start first with how much you have, what you own. Okay, if you start off as a bachelor, like you say, you practically don't have anything. Yeah. So you now consider how much do I have this moment. The essentials, you need furniture, you need furniture for sitting, furniture for laying down. You start with that. Then it is important that when you want to start decorating, you start with the first piece. Consider the first piece. Most often, our draperies or the chairs, the furniture. You start with that. Okay, I have in mind to have a brown chair, a brown sofa. Then you start to walk around that. Walk around that with the budget you have in mind. And then you move step by step afterwards. Okay, you could consider also going through, instead of looking for where to buy furniture in a big scale, you could go through garage sales. You could go through, and there's a page, I think overstock.com, where you see the assets.com section, where they sell practically new items, only that probably was opened wrongly or something. All of those bargain pages, you could go
bargain
there.
pages, go to bargain pages.
Yes.
Now, sometimes one thing I've heard people complain about consistently is, so I have a budget in mind for what I want to do. So maybe carpeting, and then maybe a sofa in the living room, and then something in the bedroom as well. Only for me to get there and discover that it's twice the price. Or just it's over my budget. What do I do in that kind of instance, especially if it's something that is essential, like something I need to sleep on? You get, so if it's a bed, you don't want to be buying secondhand. You want to buy something that is fresh and new. So how do you then develop your budget around that?
Okay, in instances like that, it's best to consider something that works for dual purposes. Okay, you could consider a bed that could also function as a sofa, as a sitting chair, as a sitting furniture. So that way you've saved up having to get a sofa and get a bed. Right. So you get one and it functions for the two. And there are times when you could still wait for sales. You can wait for sales.
So I like this direction that you're going. You're telling us what to do. But one of the things that you mentioned is the fact that you don't have to buy everything at once. Because sometimes you're under that kind of pressure. You just move to the house, it's empty, and you're thinking, okay, to fill up this whole house is going to cost me 1 million, and then you're looking for 1 million to do it. So you're saying one step at a time.
Yes.
And so is there a duration that you can wait for to ensure that everywhere is then filled?
Really, there's no duration, because duration is not going to pay the bills. There's no duration. You could take your time. You only, except that you know that you start with the essentials. There are some things that you will need immediately. Then for spicing up the place, decorating pieces here and there are also plenty do-it-yourselves that you could look into. You don't have to look at buying everything. You could get a wall frame to decorate your space. From having a picture enlarged and getting a frame off the market, an empty frame, and then you have it up there. Voila, you already have an artwork.
Yeah, so if someone is doing it on a budget, should they hire a consultant like you and say, you know what, this is what I'm trying to do, could you help me out?
Okay, definitely. You should always consider hiring an interior designer.
Will that be more cost effective? Because that's the main thing. I still have to pay you your fees, right?
True. The truth is, if you don't try it, you won't know it. There are many interior designers that are ready to give you consultations for free. So at the time when you are now ready to settle down, you would consider them definitely. So you could always consider that option.
Wow.
Because they can be very time-saving.
Very true, very true. Thank you so much for joining us and talking about these little things that are important to our lives without us knowing it. So you can hire a consultant next time you want to decorate. There's more. The third hour of Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.